Get ready to dive into the ultimate showdown of slasher cinema. Ranking the Friday the 13th movies is like trying to choose your favorite nightmare. Each one is uniquely terrifying, yet somehow they're all essential. With a new era of the franchise on the horizon, including a Peacock streaming series Crystal Lake starring Linda Cardellini as Pamela Voorhees, and a fresh movie in the works, now's the perfect time to revisit the classics. But here's where it gets controversial. How do you rank a franchise where every film feels like a piece of your horror-loving heart? Let's break it down, from the must-watch masterpieces to the guilty pleasures, and explore why each installment deserves its place in the pantheon of horror. Friday the 13th, Part 3, 1982. This is where Jason becomes the icon we'll all recognize, hockey mask and all. Directed by Steve Miner, this installment is a masterclass in 3D gimmicks and creepy atmosphere. The 13-minute chase sequence between Jason, Richard Brooker, and the final girl is a franchise highlight. If you ever get the chance to see it in 3D, do it. It's an experience like no other. But here's the kicker. Does the 3D gimmick overshadow the story, or does it enhance the horror? Let's debate in the comments. Friday the 13th, 1980, Sean S. Cunningham's original is a low-budget masterpiece that still doesn't get enough credit. Betsy Palmer's performance as Pamela Voorhees is unforgettable, and Tom Savini's special effects are groundbreaking. The film's dark tone, unnerving backstory, and incredible score make it a classic. But is it truly scarier than its sequels, or does nostalgia cloud our judgment? You decide. Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter, 1984. Joseph Zito's entry is a perfect blend of darkness and fun, with some of the most likable characters in the series. Crispin Glover's wild dancing scene is iconic, and Tom Savini's gory kills are brutal. Jason, Ted White, is genuinely terrifying here, but Tommy Jarvis's clever defeat of the monster raises a question. Is this the best way to end Jason's story, or did it set the stage for too many sequels? Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives, 1986. Tom McLaughlin's resurrection of Jason via a lightning bolt is pure genius, blending Universal Monsters nostalgia with slasher humor. This installment pushes the comedy further than ever, but Jason, C.J. Gran, remains a formidable force. The rock and roll soundtrack and fun characters make it a fan favorite. But is it too goofy for its own good, or does it strike the perfect balance? Let's discuss. Friday the 13th, Part 2, 1981. Steve Miner's sequel introduces Jason as the killer, but this isn't the Jason we know. He's a backwoods terror in a sack mask. Ginny Fields, Amy Steele, stands out as one of the franchise's best heroines. However, the decision to make Jason the killer instead of his mother is odd. Does it work, or does it undermine the first film's impact? Share your thoughts below. Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood, 1988. Essentially Jason versus Carrie. This installment introduces Tina, a telekinetic teen who accidentally resurrects Jason. Kane Hodder's debut as Jason is stellar, and the showdown between him and Tina is epic. But does the telekinesis gimmick feel too out of place, or does it add a fresh twist? You be the judge. Friday the 13th, A New Beginning, 1985. Danny Steinman's entry is often maligned, but it's a sleazy, ridiculous good time. The killer's identity is a mystery, but the clues are hard to miss. Jason may only appear in Tommy's hallucinations, but the hockey-masked killer is a worthy stand-in. Is this the franchise's low point, or does its campy charm redeem it? Let's hear your take. Freddy vs. Jason, 2003. After years in development hell, Ronnie Yu's crossover delivers on the promise of its title. Robert Englund's Freddy Krueger manipulates Jason, Ken Kirzinger, into a battle of the slashers. The Dream World and Camp Crystal Lake fights are gloriously over the top. But does the film favor style over substance? Or is it the ultimate fan service? Sound off in the comments. Friday the 13th, 2009. This reboot mixes elements from the first 4 films, with Derek Mears portraying a faster, more intense Jason. The controversial decision to have Jason spare a woman who resembles his mother divides fans. Is it a logical extension of Part 2 or a misstep? Let's debate. Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan, 1989. Despite its ambitious title, Jason spends most of the film on a cruise ship, with Manhattan reduced to Vancouver alleyways. The spacey heroine and Elm Street-esque elements fall flat. Is this the franchise's most disappointing entry, or does its campy fun save it? You decide. Jason Goes to Hell, The Final Friday, 1993. Adam Marcus's installment is a wild departure, with Jason possessing bodies and creating new mythology. The magic dagger and family ties feel out of place. Is this a bold reinvention or a franchise gone too far? Share your thoughts. Jason X, 2002. Set in the future, this entry sends Jason into space, where he's upgraded into a cyborg. It's absurd, but highly entertaining. Is it a guilty pleasure or a missed opportunity? Let's discuss. Obligatory mention. Sweet Revenge 2025. Mike P. Nelson's short film reintroduces Jason with a redesigned mask and a heroine who returns from the dead. While it has its moments, the mask redesign and resurrection gimmick feel off. Is this a promising comeback, or does it fall short? Let's talk about it. Now that you've seen the rankings, how would you order these films? And which controversial decisions do you agree or disagree with? Let's keep the debate alive in the comments.